Hello, hello. I'm back.
Yeah, everybody knows you at this point.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna keep
now
introducing you.
becoming a studio regular.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
kind of a last.
for anybody that's watching on video, which I know isn't that many of you, but this is Portia over here.
Oh yes,
Portia.
portion of the crackhead.
Yep.
Go yo, puppy,
There
dog.
you go. That's my good
Uh,
boy.
we did.
Portia
I
is
think
an
it was a.
English Staffordshire and a ball of energy.
That's that's a understatement. Ball of energy is an understatement.
She's kind of a
The I don't know. I want to say it was like 2 or 3 episodes ago. We were down in the basement and like Rusty just curled up on the couch in the basement studio next to Tim for the whole episode. It was great.
love
Uh,
that.
yeah, it was very, very entertaining. Uh, but yeah, I think and she's gone, just like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, typical news stuff. It's not new news, but figured we'd sit down and discuss some of the new Dodge, Stellantis, Jeep shenanigans.
Yeah. Stellantis has been bullish to say the least.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, well, one of the
it's
articles
nice.
I was reading said that they're promising 60 new products by 2030, which
Yeah,
is unbelievable. I mean, I know of course that's it's like it's no different than GM saying that. Obviously, it's across multiple brands and stuff, but still, I mean, it's that's a lot.
yeah, yeah. I think the big point is like it's across everything, right? It's the Chrysler, it's Jeep, it's Dodge, it's Ram, it's all the North American stuff,
Yep.
and they're refreshing and organizing all of it, uh, which I
Yeah,
think
I
is
mean,
pretty.
well, Chrysler they don't have much to go on there because I mean they're down to like what two models, if that, or is it
Uh,
just one? Is it just the
Officially, it's just the Pacifica right now.
yeah? So I mean, if
Uh,
they they introduce two things,
yeah.
they're gonna
Apparently, they are bringing in two things. They're going to call it the Airflow and the Aero slash Aerocross.
hmm
I haven't seen anything as far as what they're actually supposed to be. I think they're both crossover type
yeah,
SUVs.
yeah. I think one.
Uh,
I think it was the first one you said had some sort
the
of
Airflow.
like silhouette that they had shown,
Yeah.
but was it
Uh,
airflow? Is that what you said?
yeah, Airflow and Aerocross. I guess it's going to be probably a
Yeah.
wagon and something else. Uh,
It's so
I
crazy that Chrysler, in particular, I feel like has never had a large lineup, but the models that they've had for the most part in so recent years have always been so dominant. I mean, think about um, the the town and country,
yeah,
the 300. I mean, the 300 was everywhere,
yeah.
and the Pacific has done well too. And it's just I don't know, it's just crazy that they're down to one model.
I think it's a really good example of like how they've really just competed against themselves for so long.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
the Charger came out and it killed the 300. Like that's really what it comes down to. Everybody went the Dodge Challenger Charger route instead of the 300. Uh, so I'm very curious to see that side of it because I think
Yeah,
that'll take some of the pressure off the Jeep line and allow them to like actually do cool stuff.
sure.
Uh,
It's
but
crazy though that you'd think with the Charger being so successful on that platform that Chrysler couldn't have done something great with something more luxurious and refreshed and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
yeah,
because I think that the 300 was based on like wasn't it like like an old Mercedes chassis or something like that? It was not new to begin with. I think.
yeah, it was something with the when Mercedes had their stake in them. They like in that mid to late 2000 like 2000s.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, honestly, I'm quoting, I think, a Top Gear news segment from that.
Fair.
I remember them talking about something, it was something along those lines.
Yeah.
So, listeners, you can fact check me on that and let us know.
Yeah, it's just going through the information that they released. This goes back, I think, a couple months.
Yeah.
Basically, Chrysler's coming out with its 3 new compact CUVs is what they're doing, and they're basing it on affordability. They're going to have sub $30,000 starting points.
That's interesting.
I think that's a trend we're going to see, and with a lot of brands, just because the car prices and financing is just so ridiculous right now. It's a problem.
I'm just surprised that, I mean, Chrysler has always kind of been more of the premium brand in that segment compared to, to Dodge.
Yeah, I think
I don't know, to then both be budget friendly, it's just, I don't know.
I think the idea is Dodge is going to be the sports car lineup, Chrysler being the everyday lineup.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be the guess based on what they're talking about here is the Charger getting more V8 options or getting a new V8 option. The Durango is going to have SRT. What was I think all of the Dodge stuff was marked for. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, Charger's getting an SRT variant. Durango's getting an SRT variant. And then there's 2 new models. One is not marked with a name, and one is called the GLH.
Okay. Are they going to do is SRT going to be a trim, or is that going to be its own, they're going to try to do their own brand again? Because didn't they do that at one point where SRT was like a brand?
Yeah, it was supposed to be SRT, and then like Wagoneer was going to be like a sub-brand. They've scrapped all of that. It's just going to be a tag, because they even have Jeep models marked with SRT.
Cool. That's smart.
Like options, yeah.
Yeah.
So based on the silhouette of the 4th Dodge model, I'm guessing it's going to be a Challenger or Viper. It's going to be some sort of.
I know they confirmed that there is a sports / supercar coming that's going to be called Copperhead, which is obviously a descendant of the Viper. But I think, I don't know. I mean, the Viper obviously is a really classic name, but I don't know.
Yeah. In my mind, the important stuff for the brand, the Jeep and Ram category.
Oh
yeah. The Ram side of things, I think they're doing right.
Yeah. What do you think about this whole trend of like muscle trucks? Feels very reminiscent of the early 2000s with what was the Viper engined Ram called? What was it?
Not a Super B.
I was gonna say SRT10, but I think that was the Viper, that model. But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Was it the Super B?
I don't think so. But either way, I mean, that was a pretty
Rumblebee. Or is that what the current one is?
I think that's the new one, isn't it?
I feel like they're bringing oh no, it wasn't. It was a Ram SRT10.
Oh, all right. Look at me go.
Yeah, it was the Viper 8.3 liter V10.
Yeah. I knew it had it, but that was such a short-lived trend of these like monster race pickup trucks, and I mean it makes sense when they're super gas guzzling engines to begin with, and then you add an extra weight to it, But now that things can be powered by, EcoBoosts and whatever. I mean, obviously Dodge isn't necessarily going that way, and Ram itself, but I don't know. Yeah, what's your take on it from an industry perspective of these muscle trucks coming back.
I think it's just it's a sign that they're back to paying attention to what enthusiasts want, right? Like, the car enthusiasts don't necessarily pay the bills, but it's free marketing.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of like if you build a cool car and we buy a cool car, like, and that sits in my driveway, my neighbor looks at it and goes, "Oh, he really likes that car. That's kind of cool.
Right.
Maybe I'll look at it," and they go buy the regular version. Like, you know, it's getting your brand on the road is always beneficial.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, and the enthusiasts they're the ones that are gonna, as you said, do the free marketing and talk about it. You know,
Right.
Your everyday driver isn't gonna go out and tell the whole world about their new Chrysler Airflow.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see, because I feel like from a design standpoint, the Stellantis stuff has been like fresh without being like over the top.
Yeah.
So I'll be curious to see what those look like.
Yeah, I mean, I know in like the sports car world, the Charger has been pretty controversial with starting with being the EV, and I think it was the Daytona that they made the EV, and then coming out with the V6 and all that. But I think it looks awesome. I was never a huge fan of the 4-door Charger trend.
Yeah.
But I think this new one looks the part. It looks like, it reminds me a lot of a 70 Charger. I like that it comes in 2-door and eventually is going to be a 4-door. I just think it looks better. But yeah, my point is, from a design standpoint, I think they've been doing a lot of good things. And I think all the trucks look great that they just released. They look really awesome.
Yeah, and like the regular truck line, I don't think is changing a whole lot other than getting the Hemi back, which is much needed.
Yeah.
One of the worst things they ever did. I'm excited to see. There's supposed to be a new Ram SUV, which everyone says is going to be the Ram Charger.
Oh, right.
Which will be pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Dakota's coming back. They're going after the Ranger Frontier market, and supposedly we're supposed to get a small pickup truck that they sell overseas called the Rampage.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
That's
so
I like that.
You've got the Slate. The Maverick's been doing so well. Like, these mini trucks are kind of a thing again.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Mavericks have become such a fleet truck thing. I mean, really, really cool.
Selling really well.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to have some competition in that space and see what people do with them. But like, just from an overlanding standpoint, the pickup market, I don't know what they're gonna do, if they're gonna do like a Ram off-road package.
Yeah.
It's the pedigree's there. I don't see why they couldn't do. It doesn't have to be a TRX per se, but you could easily do something that's not competing with Jeep.
Right.
In the Dakota Ram Charger space.
Right.
They have the Rebel, they have the Power Wagon, like they have that in the full size trucks.
And even so, I feel like that, like the Jeep market to an off-roading pickup truck, I feel like it's two different clientele. It's two different markets. It's not it's not the same, as opposed to comparing the Wrangler to a Bronco. Where they're basically this going after the same market.
Yep.
Thinking of the trucks and steering away from Stellantis for a second, but have you seen the new 27 Silverados? I know you drive a Chevy yourself. It looks really good.
Yeah. Which
I feel like it's the first time that, at least in my opinion, the first time a Silverado has been stylish.
Yeah.
And a little bit of a more bold design. They've usually been pretty safe, and that's fine. I mean, it's the whole point, and I had additionally read that GMC's version is going to be very different, which is also a unique first time for them. Usually, the Canyon not the Canyon. Canyon? It's Canyon.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Or no,
The small,
that's the Colorado
the
Canyon.
Colorado and the Canyon.
What's the Silverado?
Sierra.
S- Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's funny though, because like this last generation, the Sierras and the Canyons, I think, looked so good, and the Colorado Silverados were like, why? Why
Yeah.
why did we do this?
But
So
ultimately, they didn't look that different. You know, it was just as if like it's like the GMC ones just went to the gym and got buff.
yeah,
You know, as opposed to this, they haven't released it yet, but they said no, it's supposed to be very different and definitely tap more into the luxury side, which I know, you know, with the Denali brand and stuff,
yep,
GMC's pretty good at. But
yeah, I'm
I don't know,
excited.
do you see what do you think of more in-depth luxury trucks to go along with all this horsepower war muscle truck version of it? You know, like let's say the GMC one does come out, and it's you know an Escalade in truck form. Yeah, is there a place for that?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a place for it. I don't love it because it's just driving the price of trucks up, which is getting difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
Uh, as long as the range is there, like
Mm,
if I can get a decently equipped Silverado for 45,
yeah.
40 would be great. But like if I can get something that isn't a rubber floor mat crank window work truck for under 50, awesome. Especially if we're talking like a 3/4 ton truck. Uh, the
Does anybody offer that though? I mean, this is me just not knowing the truck world nearly as well as you do. So, but I mean, is that?
yeah, it's pretty base right now. Like I've spec'd out like a new Cummins, right? If I was to replace my Duramax and I go brand new, any of the diesels across the board are $70,000 minimum
Crazy.
for something that isn't like even the cab chassis. So like where you just get the frame and the front half and you put whatever bed on it you want, like the commercial grade stuff, are in the mid 50s.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think like yeah, the Denali's have their place. The King Ranches will always have their place. Whatever luxury packages are out there. The problem is like it's hard to consider a Silverado HD because they're so ugly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it'll be nice. Like the refresh is nice. I like what they're doing with the engine package. Like it's basically a new version of the LS, and they're going back to like the old days of the 350, the 454. What was the other? I forget. New GM V8. It was like. Yeah, 5.7, 6.6, and there was a third one I thought. I'm not gonna do the math right now.
They're
'cause
big
it's the end of
motors
the day.
for 2026 or 2027, whatever the
I
year.
know it's the best part.
Yeah, that.
Oh, okay. They were just doing the. Oh, okay. So they're keeping the small V6 diesel that they had. And they have the new 5.7, which is a 350, and a 6.6, which I think is a 400. Oh, math is hard. Thank God we're doing this in front of me. Yeah, 400. 402 if you want to get technical, but I think they're calling it a 400. So you're getting a little more displacement, which really doesn't mean anything other than badging, but it's still cool. I like it.
But it's as we talked about before. It's tailoring to the enthusiast. You know.
I would almost argue this one's even less to the enthusiast and just more into like actual truck guys.
Okay. Yes.
I think it checks both boxes.
Yeah.
What they do with it as far as like packages is ZR2 or Trail Boss or all that stuff is going to dictate it. I think the motor choice is very much just a refresh in what's been a pretty problematic generation of V8s.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of issues with the Gen 4s and Gen 5s, mostly the Gen 5s. They had a big recall. Like it was time for a refresh. They tried to update the Gen 3, which is like the LS that everybody knows and does all the swaps with.
Sure.
And they ruined them. Tons of great upgrades, still make crazy power. Like they're still easy to swap, but they're from a OEM standpoint, they're not the greatest.
I'm gonna send the Integra up to you and tell you to do a swap. And I'll swap.
I mean, it might be a downgrade, but it'll sound cool.
It will sound cool.
But no, the big factor that they are really leaning into, back to Stellantis, Jeep. They are.
Yeah.
Jeep is expected to be the highest. Well, I shouldn't say that. Chrysler's expected to be the highest growth, but that's just because they don't sell anything now.
Right.
But Jeep has the most changes, I think, out of everybody. It's going to be the biggest brand in North America for them. The Wrangler and the Gladiator aren't really changing much right away. They did release the Scrambler, like, teaser details, which will be a two-door Gladiator.
Okay.
What I don't love, and I'm real curious to see how this plays out over the next couple of years with the Scrambler, they're building it on the Wrangler chassis, but because they're kind of going after, like, the desert racing, Baja, like, Tacoma market, it's going to be an independent front suspension.
Interesting.
But
are the Gladiators also on the Wrangler chassis, or are they okay?
Technically their own, but like outside of the length, they're all the same.
Got it.
So the Scrambler is going to be shorter than the Gladiator, and it's getting a V8. It's getting a 5.7. So
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be an awesome model line. I don't love that it's. Sorry about the shot noise.
Yeah, I was going to say, what the hell was that?
The PJ and Brian are both working on personal projects after hours.
It adds to the ambiance of the
I think we're good. Like, if they wanted to do the Scrambler as a Scrambler, like, fine, I have no issue. They're saying it's going to share parts with the Wrangler, but they're going IFS, which doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
Yeah.
So I'll be curious to see how that one plays out specifically. Other than that, I have no complaints with it. I think a two-door Gladiator has been a long time coming. I think people will do some really cool stuff with it. I'm really hoping.
So, I don't know as much about the Gladiators. I mean, obviously, I even know what they are, but do people like off-road them the same as regular Wranglers?
I would argue more.
Oh, really?
They have a big following in the like the overland community because you get all the benefits of a Jeep with a pickup truck bed. Which is really nothing like that in the space.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to take the Scrambler and put a solid axle in it.
Yeah.
And make it a two-door Gladiator. A lot of it's going to come down to the performance and what they actually build.
Sure.
I think for me, it honestly is one of the few new cars in the off-road space that I'm like, I'd go order one of these. Like if a pre-order came up and I was in a position to buy one, I'd probably go put money down on a Scrambler.
Are there photos of it? Should I look?
Yeah. If you look it up, they're out there. They actually just announced, I think either today or yesterday, there's going to be like they're bringing back the Trailhawk badge for a lot of stuff.
I saw that. Yeah.
So like the new Cherokee, which everybody roasted when they announced it, is getting a Trailhawk badge. The new Recon, which is the EV, SUV is supposed to get a Trailhawk badge, and I think the Compass and Grand Cherokees are both getting Trailhawk badges again.
Cool.
I'd love to see a Wagoneer Trailhawk. I think that would be pretty sweet. But I think they have it marked on their graphic for Grand Cherokee, Grand Wagoneer, and Scrambler all getting SRT badges.
Nice.
So it would be cool to have another SRT Grand Cherokee. Like, I don't know if they'll go as far as a Trackhawk, but we're back to putting Hellcats and everything, so why not?
Yeah.
Party time? I don't know. I'm very curious. It's a relatively short time frame too. We're talking. They're saying all this stuff is going to be out by 2030.
I know.
So,
yeah,
like,
4 years.
Yeah, like we're talking 4 years, and at this point we're already into 2027 model years. So,
right. Yeah.
Like we're moving. They were supposed to be years ago. They said 29 was supposed to be a Wrangler refresh. So I'll be curious to see if that's still in the works. I haven't seen anything if that's going away or staying.
Yeah. Saying there's a Wrangler refresh is as good as a 911 refresh. So.
Yeah. I think it's. I'm excited. I think
you should
all like, and this is obviously just a small bubble, but I think the takeaway, because it's not just them refreshing a lot of stuff. Everybody's kind of going back to building normal cars.
Mm-hmm.
The plug-in hybrid trend of making everything a plug-in hybrid's kind of going away.
Yeah.
We're getting better cars again. Like prices, like companies seem to want to bring prices down. So I think it's all good stuff.
Mm-hmm. You said about plug-in hybrid, and I'm going to justify myself for the last time I was on. We talked about you and Tim gave me so much shit for the EV like charging that is like basically wireless, where you like drive onto it, and you guys were like, no, that technology doesn't exist, and I looked it up and it does. It's not mainstream yet, but it is a thing where it's basically connects as you drive on it.
I just don't. I'm not saying it's not going to exist. I think it's a cool concept that needs a lot of development before it's like a thing. But
everybody listening can fact check me that A, it exists, and B, Tom and Tim both made fun of me for saying that it didn't exist at all.
I don't know if I said it didn't exist.
I'm telling you you did.
I think I was on the mindset of that's not available yet.
Nope. I'm gonna go back and listen.
Entertain the people while I find this.
You
don't have a timestamp on that, do you? I'm not going to find that.
No. Let the people tell us what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to tell them what episode it is to go call me out.
And if I'm wrong, don't tell me, because I'm not emotionally stable for that. So. If Tom's wrong, then
you're on we have 3 episodes. It was the Come to DC episode, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wookie is back this week with some hot takes on the current automotive market, from EVs to Hyundai off-roaders. Is this the actual? Hold on, I just want to make sure this is right.
Don't worry about it now.
I'm worrying about it. Oh yeah, this is definitely it. Okay, episode 189 for the people. We'll see who's actually right. Put in the comments.
Yes. Please, somebody, please tell us
which one of us is going to look like an idiot next week.
I already looked like an idiot on the last one, so it's either going to be a double or I'm going to get some validation here.
Uh,
But yeah,
yeah,
back to the whole Stellantis stuff and just with everything. It's a
yeah,
very exciting time
yeah.
for the not only I think the off-roading world, but just the the big vehicle, trucks and everything in general. It's nice to see there's so much support of that, and that it's not just EVs. It's not just your
Yeah.
Cybertrucks and Ravines and
Well,
crap.
it's. I think they're shifting back, like I've said, to normal cars,
Hmm.
but also giving us the enthusiast cars that we want. The fact that they're putting so many SRT models out there, Subaru's coming back with sports car stuff. Like they're talking about building another Viper style sports car. Like all these things point to cars can still be fun
Hmm.
and also sell.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you think with the crazy auto prices right now for new cars, especially, is the market there for it? I mean, even if they build it, it doesn't necessarily mean that the people will come if it's too expensive. Even if the pricing is right, but then they're paying 10-15% interest. I mean,
yeah,
is it worth it to just keep your 2010 Wrangler and just keep the maintenance on it?
well, that's where we're at now, right? Like
Right.
that's what I'm seeing within our customer base is there's no reason to upgrade.
Yeah.
Like I might as well take the money and put it into what I already have and what I like because I like it.
Yeah.
There's like they haven't been given a reason to get rid of their 15-year-old Jeep yet.
Yeah.
It's the new ones aren't any better per se, and they're ridiculously expensive.
Right.
So like, give me something that's actually an upgrade over what I have, and maybe I'll buy it. Like that's why I say like the Scrambler makes me excited because I have a four-door Wrangler. I don't need another four-door Wrangler with a shitty V6 in it.
Sure.
But if you give me a two-door pickup style Jeep, like we have a classic Scrambler on the lift right now,
Nice.
and for the last week we were all just like, I need one of these, and it's like one of the rarest versions of the early Jeeps. The CJ8 Scramblers are hard to come by, so it's just I don't know. It's that kind of stuff that I look at, and I know Jeep being such an enthusiast brand
Mhm.
looks at. So like it's important. It's why Jeep sales have dropped off because you just don't have good cars
Yeah.
to get people out of the cars that they love.
Yeah. And even if they are good, it's as you said, if there's no reason to
Right.
upgrade, there's no crazy change or anything like that, as opposed to as you were talking about with the Scrambler, which I did look up. It looked like only like concept art. I don't know if I actually saw it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I
but
don't know if they built a real one, but
oh,
it's
okay. But yeah, I mean,
it is happening.
it looks
Yeah.
different enough, is my point, to warrant the change and upgrade, as opposed to a 2026 Wrangler to a 2015 Wrangler is essentially the same. I mean, I'm sure there's slight differences, obviously, but for the most part, you're not really getting anything different.
Yeah. And like I said, it's good. It's just good all around for everybody.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a sign that the companies are investing in building cool cars. It's a sign that they do care enough to pay attention.
hmm
Uh,
yeah. I
like I said,
like that Ram and Dodge in particular has just kind of become the face of lunatic, crazy builds.
Right.
Like it is. I mean, they're just like,
Yeah.
let's just build the craziest stuff we can possibly build because nobody else
How
is
many
doing
How many things can we put a supercharged V8 in?
it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, nobody else is doing anything like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's a place for that or not, but there's part of me that is kind of like somebody should take them on and make it something else crazy. Um, but at the same time, I don't want to see them fail either. So I'm happy that they're the ones that
Yeah.
are the face of that.
I think Ford's doing a pretty good job with all the Raptor R model lines.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's not
it's
that.
not the same.
It's not. I don't think of those as absolutely absurd. I think of them as no. That's pretty cool. That's Raptors are cool.
So here's where I'll disagree because, like the Bronco Raptor, the absurdity is obscure. It's subtle.
Mm,
Like, besides the fact that it's massive and it has the huge fender flares,
yeah.
it's like 12 inches of suspension travel, which
What
that's
does it
like
stop?
that.
Do you know?
Like a non-Sasquatch is maybe 8.
Okay.
Like 12 inches of travel in an off-road rig is race car level stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they have full bypass shocks. Like it's the technology and the performance that's in those Bronco Raptors is absurd. But you really have to you have to look for it where like the TRX has all the fancy suspension, but everybody only knows the fact that it makes whistling noises and goes fast.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like it's the marketing aspect, and I think there's going to be pressure on Ford to start putting 7.3 Godzilla V8s and Coyotes in some of these platforms. Like
Yeah. Well, and that's I mean, I'm a prime example of that marketing because in my
yeah,
mind, I know the auto industry pretty well, but in my mind, only Ram and Dodge are the only two that are crazy. Like I get what you're saying about the Bronco having all the capability of it, or any of the Raptor brand
yeah.
stuff having that capability, but I don't associate them with being unabashedly insane. Um,
Bronco Raptor.
and then Chevy doesn't really do any of that at all. But I feel like with the new looking Silverados, there's an opportunity there.
So to put it in perspective, the Ram TRX, 702 horsepower, 0 to 60 in about 4 seconds.
Okay.
Bronco Raptor is 5.5, and it's half the horsepower. Yeah, 400 horsepower.
And that's a V6, right?
It's the EcoBoost, and that's with 37-inch tires. That's like it's there. The craziness is there. If you're comparing truck to truck, the Raptor R.
That's awesome. I mean, I truly didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
The Raptor R is a 720 horsepower, 5.2 liter V8, and is also doing 0 to 60 in 3.5 to 4 seconds.
okay, so on paper, it's incredible. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, are they selling the same as like the TRXs are? I mean, because I feel like I see TRXs.
I
all
would
the time.
imagine. I mean, you can get yourself into a Raptor R for 115 grand.
I don't know. I feel like there's an opportunity there for somebody else to go a little bananas.
I'd love to see Chevy. I'd love for them to take that new 6.6 liter,
Yeah, just
like throw a supercharger on it, put it on as like the ZR2. Like
yeah.
GM has the budget and the pedigree to do these things. I don't know if they just don't want that smoke. Like
Yeah.
if they're just afraid they're going to be the slowest of the 3 trucks.
Throw the Z06 flat plane crank.
Yeah,
Like that'd be sick.
the Raptor R is the Shelby GT500
Yeah.
motor. Like, let's get weird. Let's make
Exactly.
it weird, boys.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Is I feel like there's an open opportunity, similarly to the way that the Bronco challenged the Wrangler.
Yeah.
You know, there was nobody really challenging that. And I'm not saying it's better, but at least it makes Jeep need to also keep improving. And I feel like that's the same with this craziness from the Stellantis stuff. Is like somebody else has got to keep pushing them to continue to be crazier, or else it'll become status quo and everything's fine.
Well, there's there's two things to look at here. Is Ford started doing it 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when they revamped all the Raptor stuff. They added the Raptor R. They brought the Ranger Raptor. They did the Bronco Raptor. Like, they started this trend of like, hey, look, you can make cool cars and still sell them.
Yeah.
And they timed it perfectly because Stellantis and the French completely ruined all the North American brands by going, no, nobody wants V8s. Mm-hmm. That's dumb. Who's going to buy a V8? Hey, we're not doing a V8 anymore. And nobody bought any of their vehicles.
Right.
So it's like, I think the fact that they woke up and brought Kuniskis back and they're revamping their brand and they're trying to play catch up to Ford. Like
that was also changing leadership too.
Right. Well, yeah, that's Tim Kuniskis. That's what I'm saying. Bringing him back, like that's the snowball effect of what we're gonna get here. That's gonna do, I think, really well. I'm very excited. I don't know how much of this will trickle into the smaller brands as far as Nissan and. I mean, like, we're seeing a little bit of it. Like, there's going to be Nismo and Pro 4X expansion. The Xtera's coming back. Hyundai's got the Boulder, the Tasman, and the Kia line. Like, there's definitely expansion across the board. Mm-hmm. So, I hope it sticks. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice that the enthusiast market is still there, because I feel like you and I have had so many conversations just personally of car culture changing and like the new generation not being as interested in cars, but it's nice that clearly it is still there, and maybe it's just like, you know, getting old and cynical.
Well, so it's interesting because I would argue it is still there, but we haven't really had anything to be excited about.
Yeah, oh, totally. I mean,
you know, like, a handful of new cars.
Yeah,
but this can't touch those cars.
Right, and this is, you know, my world more than yours as far as you know, I like the sports cars and supercars more than the off-roading stuff. But like, I think about just about everybody listening to this will know the Grand Tour episode where they talk about the holy trinity of the P1, LaFerrari, and 918. That was more than a decade ago, and there has not been anything like that since from any country at all.
Yeah, the whole industry's been stale for the last 15 years.
Right, and I mean, I know there's been a lot of world changes, COVID, all that stuff, but like, it's not an excuse to stay dormant for that long.
No, and I think I would be curious to dive into the economics of it, because I feel like coming out of COVID, there was and frankly, Ford pretty much capitalized on it. There was a massive opportunity to be like, oh, thank God we're out of this. Yeah. Here's cool shit again.
Yeah.
And everybody, and like most of these manufacturers just kind of got stuck in the, people are paying what for our cars? Ha! Run the prices up. Like, and they didn't do anything. And they were like, oh, look, people are going to keep buying. Oh, shit, nobody's buying cars anymore.
Yep. And it's the same with the used car market, too, because I remember we had...
Well, everybody overpaid for their new car 5 years ago. So now the used car market sucks.
Yeah, we sold my wife Stacy's 2015 Elantra for like 10 grand or something like that on a trade-in. It wasn't even a private sale. It was a trade-in, 10 grand. It's mind blowing. It's mind blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I get it, man. I get it. It's nice. It's nice to be back to some degree. Yeah. I think it's gonna, the industry has definitely been continuing to expand and grow. And I think just the technology that we're going to start getting is going to be a lot of fun.
I know we've talked about this a couple times too, but like I enjoy reading about the Chinese car market in particular. Like I'm really just like up on reading about it. I don't want them to come here. Please don't kill me, China. But I
Yeah.
but my point of that was to your point about new technology is a lot of the Chinese manufacturers have some really crazy tech in their cars for really cheap. I'm not necessarily saying it's the best thing in the world. A lot of it is just Chinese crap. But like everything else we've been talking about, it's been nice to have.
See, I was funny because I was just reading a thing where they were.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say a lot of the stuff I've seen is that they're like 10 years behind us in a lot of stuff.
Hang on, before we go any further, I just got a thing saying trying to reconnect. I don't know if you're still hearing me or
I can hear you.
not. Okay. All right, now one way. Sorry, I just said one way.
Oh, you're good.
There's from a build quality perspective, their cars are pretty crappy.
I think
But
from what I'm reading,
a feature perspective, they do some pretty cool stuff that I haven't seen on a lot of domestic or European cars, or even Japanese cars for that matter. And my point is, I hope that the manufacturers that we know and love can adopt some of those better technologies, implement them better, so that way people don't start buying Chinese crap.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
I just quick Google searching. It doesn't sound like anything they have is really that much different than what we currently have, but it's kind of like it's a different version of it. So I'd be curious to like actually make the comparisons.
All right. So this could be a whole separate episode. So I'll do some homework and we'll do some comparisons, because now I want to even fact check my.
Yeah, you'll have to school me on it, because like it looks like a lot of it is like AI and smart cabin stuff is what they're referring to it.
Yeah,
So,
there's a lot of that, but a lot of that stuff you're not getting in a $30,000 car here, which you are there, and that's my point of implementing that into more affordable, attainable vehicles for everyday life, so that way we don't start buying the overseas Chinese stuff.
I think the problem though is like people don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm way off, but that stuff's not wanted in a $30,000 car. You know what I mean? Like CarPlay exists, right? Like you have Siri and Android and all, whatever Google stuff built in, coming standard currently in a $30,000 car. Like even the Chinese version of it, I don't see that being a demand in any market long term, right? Like
I don't know. People probably said the same thing about power windows and heated steering wheels and all that stuff that was only in luxury brands, and now they're standard too.
Right, but that's my point, right? Like you're like Harry's car for the Kia,
right,
has a full navigation, in-house, built-in app. Like it has all of that at an under $30,000 price point.
Yeah,
and we don't use it, right? Because I plug my iPhone into USB and it comes up as CarPlay and everything's in CarPlay.
Yeah, I agree. The infotainment system in particular, I think most people use CarPlay or Android Auto, so I agree with everyone. Also,
and I think
thinking of the Seltos, the new Seltos, I don't know if you've seen the redesigned one. It looks like a mini Telluride. It looks really good.
I'm a big fan of the Kia and Hyundai product line right now. They're doing really. And
I was saying this to you earlier when we were talking that I can't believe that I'm in a spot where I'm like, one of the best luxury, affordable SUVs is the Palisade Calligraphy. I'm just like, you told me that 10 years ago that I'd be not only considering but super stoked about getting a luxurious Hyundai. Would never have believed you.
I get it. Yeah, I mean, I'm up to hear the arguments for Chinese car tech. Not sure it's really all that groundbreaking, personally. So, very
all right.
curious.
Well, I'm gonna do my homework and see if I can find, because I've definitely seen some stuff where I was like, wow, I didn't know that was even an option on a Rolls Royce, let alone a $25,000 Chinese consumer.
So this software we use does allow us to do a share screen while we're recording.
Okay.
I want a full presentation.
Oh, I can do that.
Let's drive a little bit of YouTube traffic here.
Yeah.
I want a full presentation on why the Chinese will not surpass the North American automotive market.
My life is weird because tomorrow I'm doing a presentation on the Star Tours ride at Hollywood Studios, and then the next time we do this, I'm going to do a presentation on Chinese cars.
I'm all the political ramifications and other stuff aside, like, I just don't think they're actually that far ahead.
Yeah.
I think they just have different versions of what we currently use. And yes, it's cheaper, but I don't think that means, what was the name of the one brand?
I can't pronounce any of them.
Huawei, Huawei. Like, I just don't see them opening up dealerships because they have cheap AI.
I'm not disagreeing. My point is, if the brands we know and love now don't adjust for that from a competitive standpoint, then eventually we will see it.
I'm gonna save my argument for when you make your presentation.
Yeah. The next episode,
yeah.
I'm gonna start and just be like, I was completely wrong. You're right.
Second shortest episode in history.
Yeah. There's no wireless charging for EVs. There's no good tech from China. Completely wrong.
I'm not saying there's no good tech from China. Half the tech we currently have.
I know. That's
it's not that China doesn't have good tech.
That's my point.
But it's already here, is my point. We're already using the Chinese tech. We're just being upcharged for it. Anyway.
This is going way off the rails. Sorry.
It's way off the rails.
Sorry.
Yay Jeep and Dodge and Stellantis for not giving us 10 more years of pure garbage.
Yes, because they're not using any foreign parts in their vehicles at all. None.
Never. I'm just excited cool cars are back. That's the title of this episode. Cool cars are back.
Yes, for sure.
With the two biggest losers.
Hey, I have a cool car. It's just not a Jeep, okay?
I have a lot of cool garbage. Yeah, anyway. Let's wrap it there.
I love that.
Instead of us rambling for another half hour about Chinese garbage.
I'm not going to speak on behalf of the company I work for. We have a great relationship with China. Everything is wonderful. Great.
That's great. Last time technically you're not building cars, you're just putting your names on cars, but that's a Tim conversation. If you don't know what we're talking about, episode 189.
Well, thanks as always for having me on.
Always
a pleasure.
Thanks for making the time.
Yeah,
it's late on a Monday. I can't believe I have this much brain power left to even do this, so that was a feat in itself. DirtNerdsOffroad.com. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
What do you want? Come in.